Compact fluorescent light bulbs are making them sick.
When I looked in the mirror and saw my face, I was absolutely horrified.
We were the first to tell you about it. And what about government accountability?
I will look into it for you and get back to you. Thank you.
Well, we were the first to get answers and action. And you wanted more, so here it is.
That's all coming up on 16 by 9.
Please don't touch the camera. That's assault. Talk to us about this.
I don't need to talk to you.
Can you? Oh, I'm sorry. Raise the raspberry in 3, 2.
Hello and welcome to 16 by 9, The Bigger Picture. I'm Mary Garofalo. We broke the story about health concerns with those eco-friendly light bulbs. Our exclusive investigation forced Health Canada to jump into action. We got incredible reaction from Canadians everywhere. Hundreds of you contacted us telling us how you believe these bulbs are making you sick. So we decided to give you more. Here's Alison Vushnick with her investigation. Imagine turning on a light bulb and only 20 minutes later, your face looks like this. Brenda Ryder says it happened to her.
When I looked in the mirror and saw my face, I was absolutely horrified. I didn't exactly know what had caused it or whether it could be controlled or whether it was short-term or long-term. So I was just completely aghast.
And there are others.
I get dizzy.
Weeping pustules.
I can't focus well. I just feel all wrong.
It's going to make a lot of people sick.
They all say it was these, the curly compact fluorescent light bulbs, making them sick. And when they removed them,
pain went away within a couple of days.
And my hands started healing immediately.
You won't find curly bulbs here anymore. Jane Pentala changed all the bulbs back to incandescent. In her basement in St. Catharines, Ontario, Jane used to craft for hours, very close to the compact fluorescent light bulbs. Then a mysterious rash started to appear.
On my arms, on my neck, behind my ears, down into my chest, on my legs next. I've had all sorts of blood work done, and everything comes back negative, every possibility.
Skin problems, headaches, joint pain from turning on a light? Hard to imagine. So we started investigating. So exactly what do the bulbs emit? First concern, it may be what's coming off the bulbs. Ultraviolet radiation. That's right, scientists say the bulbs give off UV, like the sun does. We know this because Health Canada, they're the people who make sure the products and drugs you use are safe, told us in an email that the CFLs are not provided with a prismatic diffuser that filters ultraviolet radiation out. Therefore, there may be skin sensitivity issues, especially in people with certain skin diseases. And they're referring to people like Brenda. She suffers from lupus and is demanding the bulbs carry a warning for everyone.
Consumers ought to be aware that if they have a sensitivity towards UV, these light bulbs could make their condition worse.
So how much UV radiation do the bulbs give off? And if they can give off UV, can they cause skin cancer? Here's the disturbing thing. No one can tell us. Health Canada, the government agency that's in charge of protecting your health, well, they're testing the bulbs. But we've tried to talk to them for 10 months, and so far they have refused to answer our questions on camera. So after 10 months of no's and not availables, we had to go all the way to London, England to get some answers. It seems their government health people are happy to talk to us, and they have real science to back what they say, because they've tested the bulbs.
It wasn't related to the brand or where we bought them. It was a random sample of them. About 1 in 5 were emitting unusual levels of UV light.
Unusual levels. So we asked Magda Havis, she researches and tests the bulbs, to explain the UV.
All compact fluorescent light bulbs contain mercury, and it's this mercury that's needed to produce the ultraviolet energy to cause the fluorescence to take place in the first place.
And compact fluorescent light bulbs are everywhere. Part of the push to go green. We're told, do your part to save the environment. And the old light bulbs, the inefficient ones like incandescents, are being banned in Canada in 2012.
This doesn't have a filter on it, so this would emit high levels of UV that could damage the skin.
Andrew Langford leads a UK advocacy group. fighting to find out more about the potential dangers of these bulbs.
We already know that it's causing things like blistering and skin sensitivity, but time will tell as to whether or not the UV light is causing skin cancer.
No warnings have been issued in Canada about UV. The British scientists also recommend these with the curly part inside a cover. They tested UV-free. You can buy these bulbs in Canada as well.
Good for you that you're saving energy, but I would also say don't sit right beside them until we know more.
Dermatologist Dr. Cheryl Rosen says it's the same advice for children.
They should be at a distance until we know more. I think the key point here is that we don't know the whole story yet.
So what about the people who make and profit from CFLs, the manufacturers? For months we contacted the big three, Philips, General Electric, Osram Sylvania, and their Lighting Industry Association. Only Philips told us that they were investigating UV concerns. All three companies maintain their bulbs meet industry standards and are safe. But each time we asked for an on-camera interview, we were denied. Health Canada has never set rules for UV, so there are no rules being broken.
If we're going to have these devices, there should be proper standards for them.
So when Jane heard the warning from British scientists, it upset her. Their advice, don't get too close to the bulbs and limit your exposure time.
I'm upset, very upset, that this has happened without any warning. There was no warning attached to these fluorescent bulbs.
People should be aware of this and avoid being in close contact with them for more than an hour.
As for Brenda, she found a doctor who treated her and her skin cleared up. She knows people who suffer like her are shunned, so she started a support group.
No one really advised me or even, I think, particularly believed me. I had a strong reaction from other sufferers who said that it was such a relief to know that somebody else understood and shared their experiences of these lights.
Recently, Health Canada released new advice. Just like the British authorities, they now say if you are UV sensitive, use the covered bulbs and increase your distance from the CFLs.
After the break on 16 by 9.
What this woman is measuring is another health concern we are about to expose.
There's no way of knowing that this is worse than the others just by looking at the package.
Did you miss something? Watch our show 16 by 9 online at global16by9.com.